Happy Thursday, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. Happy April Fool's Day as well. Don't worry, I'm not going to play any pranks on you today. I would never do that, of course. But it seems like internationally there's been a little bit of shenanigans. We'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at Filecoin, which has entered into the top 10 here. Actually, it's up at number 9. So kind of jumping ahead of Theta, Chainlink, Litecoin recently. There's some big news with regards to Filecoin. Enjin, that big news from yesterday, you can read about it here on altcoinbuzz.io. We're also talking about Quant Network, Crypto.com, Easy Money, Ankr, Polygon, other projects as well. There's a lot happening right now. It's a green market on this April 1st, April Fool's Day. So guys, if you like this kind of content, Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and altcoins, of course, be sure to like and subscribe to Altcoin Buzz. Okay, we kick things off on Cointelegraph.com with this story. The context of this, don't forget, is the tone in India, where there's this multi-year contemplation of an outright ban on cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So that's kind of the pretext. And here you have this Indian crypto user, Flipkart's Bitcoin announcement. Here's what they had to say scrolling down. So Flipkart on Twitter: "The future is here. We now accept Bitcoin as a convenient mode of payment. Update your app now." This was an announcement on Twitter where Flipkart said it would be accepting Bitcoin, quote, as a convenient mode of payment for its online marketplace. Many users, of course, have refused to accept this announcement based on the stance that a lot of politicians, a lot of policymakers have right there. It's very likely that this is an April Fool's gag, although not 100%. Wouldn't that be great if under the guise of April Fools, they just came out and said something outlandish and it actually turned out to be true? I doubt it. Don't bet on it. But for all the Indian members of the Altcoin Buzz Army out there, give me kind of the over-under. What do you give this? Like a 5% chance of being true? Hey, hopefully. My fingers are crossed, but don't hold your breath. As I mentioned, we're doing pretty well. Also here on Cointelegraph.com, the total cryptocurrency market cap is now above $1.9 trillion. Taking a look at the numbers here on CoinGecko.com, pretty much everything is up across the board here in the last day with, again, special mention to a few projects. Filecoin up 39.4% in the last 24 hours, up over 160% this week. It's now at number 9, just like that. Again, blasting ahead of Theta, Chainlink, Litecoin even. So pretty impressive moves there by Filecoin. I got to give a shout out to Tron as well. Tron, and I mean, I'm not really understanding where the news is coming from. Maybe there's something behind the scenes happening with BitTorrent or with Justin Sun. I don't know. But Tron up 20.7% in these last 24 hours, up over 60% on the week. Yesterday, it was looking for a moment like TRX might be knocking on the door of 10 cents. Could be. Don't forget its previous all-time high from the last cycle, so going back to, I guess, early 2018, was somewhere in the 23 cent range. So as much as, we like to occasionally make fun of Tron, it's still, a couple times, 2.5 times or so below its previous all-time high. You never know. Okay, so what's driving a lot of, this big movement, especially with regard to Filecoin? We talked really every day these last few days, we've talked about the growth of the NFT space. Forbes discussing the fact that we've seen 1,785% growth in 2021 alone for NFTs total market cap. Here on Cryptopolitan.com, NFT sales in March hit a record level of over $200 million. Filecoin capitalizing on this from 12 hours ago at Filecoin on Twitter. Introducing Filecoin Box from Truffle Suite. Simulate and test a complete NFT non-fungible token storage and gallery environment all through the Filecoin Box, powered by Ganesh. And you guys can read more about that here on Filecoin.io. Truffle Suite launches NFT development template with Filecoin Box. They have a lot of momentum on their side right now, Filecoin, that is. So that's not an easy feat. Again, kind of seemingly out of nowhere, just blasting into the top 10. So kudos to Filecoin and the extended team. We covered this major NFT news yesterday out of Enjin, so this from 21 hours ago at the time of this recording. To write the next chapter of NFT history, we need a blockchain that not only solves the problems faced today, but opens new possibilities for the NFTs of tomorrow. And thus we're introducing Efinity, a next generation blockchain built for NFTs on Polkadot. And if you're not up to speed on this, number one, you can check out yesterday's video where we covered it in a little bit more detail. You can now also check out altcoinbuzz.io with this article by Daniel, groundbreaking NFT blockchain built by Enjin. It really does seem like in this altcoin cycle, some of the major winners in terms of altcoins are going to be those that can capitalize on NFTs. And I'm not saying capitalize like in an opportunistic way, like a flash in the pan, take a quick advantage of the hype and then bounce. I'm talking about building proper infrastructures, laying down the brickwork and having the technology, having the foundation so that NFTs are more than a craze. There's something pragmatic that are going to be with us for years in a more, I wouldn't say regulated environment, but a more balanced, sober environment. And so kudos to both Filecoin and Enjin for helping us toward that end. All right, moving right along here. We have lots of updates in the altcoin space. EasyFi Network, thrilled to announce our partnership with Math Wallet that opens multi-chain access to digital assets. This collaboration will provide an impetus to our so-called unified cross-chain wallet integration bridge, enabling connection with the BSC Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. Congratulations. Math Wallet partners with EasyFi to open multi-chain access to digital assets on layer 2 money markets. Quant Network is in the news here. Quant and LAC Chain partnered to establish a new interoperable financial infrastructure for tokenized currencies and improve social and financial inclusion in the LAC region, supported by the IDB's IDB Lab. You can read more about that here, although it's not in English. You can check it out on lacchain.medium.com. Crypto.com is in the news. Crypto.com Pay now supports native CRO on the Crypto.org chain. You get more utility to native CRO, up to 10% back in CRO and fast transactions, as well as low fees. Use Pay Checkout to shop on our NFT platform at online shops in the UK and the European Union. More info on that here on blog.crypto.com. As always, guys, this is not only a partner of the channel, it's one of my personal favorites. We all use Crypto.com app and exchange over at altcoinbuzz.io. If you want to up your crypto game, you want to get into the game of credit cards and cash back and whatnot, use our link in the description below, as well as the comments below, using our exclusive code AB. If you're in the market for one of those metallic Crypto.com Visa cards, by the way, which are the best. But if you're in the market for one, you may as well use our code. You're going to get $25 US loaded onto your card for free. So why not check it out? The link is very simply in the description and the comments below, and the code is AB. Okay, moving right along. Top 7 ICO. Razor Network has partnered with Injective Labs, INJ, to provide the price feeds for the Injective decentralized exchange. And through the partnership, the Injective DEX will access more assets in a secure and reliable manner, given Razor's innovative Oracle solution. More on that here, medium.com/Razor Network. eMoney, they're in the news. At eMoney_com is the Twitter handle. Announcement, new partnership. Fuse Network partners with eMoney to bring eMoney's suite of stablecoins over to the Fuse ecosystem. NGM, hashtag next generation money. More is available here on their blog. Fuse partners with eMoney to bring its stablecoin suite to the Fuse ecosystem. That's medium.com. You can check out the links, as always, in the description below. Stone DeFi. We're pleased to announce the joint force between Stone and Litentry to research the new yield farming strategy, more diverse and valuable identity data acquisition on Web3 ecosystem. More of that is available here. Also, stonedefi.medium.com. Let's talk a little PolkaMarkets. They're excited to announce that they're partnering with Elrond Network to enable prediction markets and event resolution data to exist on Elrond's robust network and blockchain ecosystem. So 2 big names that we know you all out there in the Altcoin Buzz army are fans of: PolkaMarkets and Elrond Network partnering at last. Very cool indeed. Ankr. They're joining forces, partnership after partnership. Ankr is joining forces with Dusk Foundation. Dusk Network will use Ankr's solutions to host block generator and provisioner nodes for DevNet, testnet, and mainnet purposes, as well as provide one-click deployment infrastructure for the Dusk community. Very cool. You can check that out here. Infrastructure for zero-knowledge dApp developers. Furthermore, Ankr's also in the news. Covalent allows building cryptocurrency wallets for all purposes, including multi-chain wallets. Ankr's infrastructure, in turn, allows to scale such products and power them for public use through validator nodes, API, and seed investment. So Ankr, to boost Covalent's network for optimal multi-chain experience, staking rewards, and more. And finally, with the last bit of partnership news that we have here, we're discussing Polygon, previously known as MATIC. 0x Polygon is the Twitter handle. AAVE, the world's leading liquidity and lending protocol, is scaling DeFi with Polygon. This is an important paradigm for DeFi with a fresh focus on accessibility and user experience. Two of the biggest names in the game, Polygon and AAVE. I'm very happy to see this announcement. You guys can check out the full write-up here on medium.com. So, no shortage of partnerships and collaborations in the altcoin space. I dare you to tell me that cryptocurrency isn't going to be 10 times what it is today in the relatively near future. Actually, that reminds me of a poll that I issued a few days ago. Let me dig that up while we're at it. So here it is. And at a glance, this looks like a very strange question to ask. It's a poll on our YouTube community page. In 2030, will the total market cap be bigger or smaller than it is today? Talking about cryptocurrency. And it's almost like a thought experiment, right? 94% of you feel, as do I, that the cryptocurrency market cap will be bigger in almost 10 years than it is today. And so from that perspective, you have to kind of think about it. Here's my philosophization, right, of this question. On the day-to-day, we're going to have a lot of choppy volatility. Bitcoin's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to bring the altcoins up with it, down with it, right? We're still kind of dancing around 59K right now, pushing towards 60K, but there's a lot of volatility in the meantime. That's day-to-day. The more you zoom out, the more you take a look at the weekly snapshots, the monthly, the yearly snapshots, you realize that we're on a very steady upward trajectory. And so in 2030, just my personal opinion, not financial advice, it is just about guaranteed. I will bet everything, and I'll leverage it 100 times on the fact that in 2030, crypto is going to be bigger than it is today. So from that perspective, it becomes a binary decision. It's 0 or 1, bigger or smaller. Now, the trouble that we run into, again, on those shorter time scales, especially if you're a day trader, a leverage trader, you're going to get messed up. You're going to get wrecked by some of that volatility from time to time. But on the larger time scale, hey, look, things are good. And I think all of these partnerships that we covered today speak to that. It's ultimately a binary growth cycle. When you zoom out, you realize that this is a guaranteed growth space. There's no doubt about it. And the rest of the world is opening up to it. On that note, let's briefly talk about the rest of the world here with a couple of positive macro stories. So we're on businesswire.com. Bakkt launches its digital wallet, Bakkt app, to manage all forms of digital assets, debuting with Starbucks, Golf Now, and Best Buy, among other marquee brands. A couple of years ago, Bakkt was touted as a really big deal, and we were celebrating it ourselves here on the channel. Now I'm not sure that this matters so much. So Bakkt launches a digital wallet. So what? We have Visa, we have PayPal, we have a lot of other probably better wallets. I haven't, tested the Bakkt wallet myself, but this is kind of old news. Like, this is something that we would have been celebrating 2-3 years ago, but now it's like, all right, that's good. But I don't know. It's maybe I'm being a little bit too pessimistic, but that's kind of how I see it. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below, guys. Not to end on pessimism, however, we're going to end on some optimism here, courtesy of Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy. Gold doesn't work anymore. Bitcoin broke it. So I suppose that is pessimistic if you're a gold bug. But for most of us in the Bitcoin and altcoin space, this is a pretty good comparison chart that he's got here. So if you invested in either gold or Bitcoin, here are the returns after 1 month, after 3 months, after 12 months, and after 5 years. After 5 years, $1 invested in gold would only be worth $1.25. In other words, you've made a 25% gain. If you invested that dollar in Bitcoin after 5 years, you're looking at 130 times your original investment. So that seems to be, more and more the common wisdom right now. It also seems to be the case that gold is stagnating because, specifically and necessarily because people are putting their investments into Bitcoin. Some are even taking their investments out of gold and putting them into Bitcoin. So I'm on Michael Saylor's side here. I see what he sees. Wouldn't want to be Peter Schiff during these times, that's for sure. All right, everybody, that is it for this Thursday. Do be sure you're following us on all the regular social media channels. Keep checking back into altcoinbuzz.io for all the latest. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications if you enjoyed today's video. Best of luck, of course, if you choose to invest, although as always, none of this is financial advice. Stay safe, everybody, and of course, we do hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.